Hey guys, welcome back to Bedroom Studio Corner. I am XD, and in today's video we're going to be checking out this master suite from Initial Audio. This is a very small plugin. Well, I cannot say small, but it is kind of simple as a matter of fact, and it's very useful. It's a mastering suite, and they say you can master using this plugin in 30 seconds. So that's how I got attracted to it. I was like, mastering in 30 seconds. That's pretty interesting. Let me see how true this is. And Initial Audio is the company that gave us Sector, the plugin that I actually checked out on the channel as well and showed to you guys, and you guys really loved that. So if you go to their website, you can download a demo of this plugin and try it out yourself. But I'm going to be trying it out and just showing you guys what it has and what you can do with it. And I feel that it's such a dope plugin because it gives you everything that you need for mastering. And even if you don't want to be using this for your mastering, it just gives you an outline of the kind of the processes that you would want to put into your masters when you're doing mastering. So the layout is pretty simple. You have this big loudness knob right here in the middle, and you have a THD, and you have a soften, like the compression section, the EQ section, and the imaging section, and you also have a ceiling. So what's important about this plugin is that it measures in LUFS, so you can basically see what is happening with your loudness, and it doesn't give you a meter where it shows you dB like we get here in FL Studio, but you can check out LUFS, and it tells you when you're going over and when you're in the right place where you need to be with LUFS, so that when you're releasing your music, it's not too overly loud or too soft. That's what I love about this plugin the most. But we're going to go over some of the stuff that it has. So I'm just going to mute it here, and you're going to hear the mix that I have, a simple track that I was developing, and I'm going to start to master it using this plugin, and we'll see if we can do it in the 30 seconds that we're talking about. So now let me switch it on. So if I start to raise the loudness, see it went red there. It means that now it's too loud. So now let me play it back and start to look for the green level or the green loudness. When it gets to green, that's when you know that your loudness is okay. There we go. So that's the good loudness, the safest loudness you can go to. You can let it go to the orange, but it might go to red, and then you'll be just distorting your sound. But let's also try out the compression here. The compression is the loudness that you're adding here is also adding compression to your mix. So you can use this compression to control the compression it's applying when it's adding all this loudness. So if maybe when you lift the loudness and you feel that it's feeling over compressed, you can just lower the compression mix, because this is basically letting you control the input of your dry signal against the compressed one. So you can just lower this and also add softening to the mix that you'll be making. It just changes the curve of the compressor so that it's not too sharp, but it's also a little bit soft. So if you feel there's a lot of compression, you can just lower the compression mix. See what it does when I raise it? It starts to distort, and then when I lower the compression mix, you see what happened? By lowering the compression mix, you can achieve a nice loudness and kind of let the mix breathe. And over here at the EQ, you can just set the tone of your track. If you want to add some more bass or cut out some mids or boost some mids and your highs over here, you can do that. Add some bass, maybe add some highs. And what you have over here is the analog button. It changes the tone of your master to kind of an analog, old school type of a tone, and your total harmonic distortion adds a little bit of distortion to the mix, making it a little bit adding some harmonics to the track, making it a little bit more fuller, but you don't want to add too much of the harmonic distortion. It will really damage your track if you overdo it, because I always tell people, don't oversaturate your when you're adding distortion, or oversaturate your kicks or your mixes. It'll be too much. You just add just a little bit, just a touch of it, just to give that body and that fullness to your track. So now we're going to check out the stereo image. Over here on the stereo image, you've got the mono knob and you've got the stereo knob. So what this does is that on the mono, it makes mono the frequencies that is below the frequency that is set here. And you can do this also with Maximus. It also has the same feature that you can use to kind of choose a certain frequency that you want to squeeze into mono. And we usually do this with our bass, like our low end. So it actually starts here from 20 hertz all the way to 500 hertz. So you don't want to go all the way to 500 hertz. So let me just exaggerate this and show you what it does as the track is playing. I hope you have headphones or earphones on, because you can hear this imaging much better. So you can actually hear that some of the frequencies that are in the mid-range actually got cut out and were turned into mono. So this is basically what it's doing. So you might want to just bump it up until like 100, in the midpoint, just to get the kick and your bass to be in mono, in case it had maybe some imaging that it had, but everything in the low end area will be rounded up into mono. And then you also have your stereo. Your stereo is just gonna make everything that's above that frequency to be a bit wider and to be much more open. So let me play around with this and show you what it does, and let me try exaggerate it so you see exactly what it's doing. There we go. So that's basically what it's doing. And now I'm actually starting to believe that you can just master in 30 seconds. And then here, lastly, obviously you have your ceiling. This sets the exact amount, the exact decibels where you want to have your mix clipped at. So you can pump up the loudness as much as you can, but it won't go over the ceiling here. So the ceiling is your endpoint, is where you're limiting your signal not to go above. So you can set your ceiling to whatever you want. You can pump it up all the way to 0 dB, or you can lessen it to like minus 0.05 or 0.02. It's up to you, depending on what you want to master. You can leave it on 0 if you want to. And you can also save your settings as presets if you want to, like just save over here and save that as a master. I'll just randomly select something. Then you can have different masters for different styles that you would have used this for as starting points. As I always say, mastering is different with every track that you're mastering. So you can download this demo for free on their website. I'm gonna have the links in the description so you can check it out yourself. Let me know what you think about it. I know other companies have their own mastering suites, like Isotope has its own. It's one of my favorites. I have videos that you can check out that I was using this, but I wasn't using the Master Assist. I was basically using I was mastering manually and showing you how you can do it, just basics to help you get going. So I feel like this is useful for people that still find it difficult to master their own tracks. So you can use this to get quick masters and get your music out there, and have it sounding good within 30 seconds. That's amazing, and that's dope. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this. Let me know what you think about mastering suites. Are you a guy that wants to do everything on their own manually, or you find these mastering suites very helpful? Thank you guys so much for watching. That's been my video. If you're new here, subscribe for more content. I'm gonna check you guys out in my next video. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.